Nalini tells us from inside the courtroom that our application has not been dismissed yet. That is, Arnab's application has not been dismissed yet. The adjournment application on the other accused has been rejected. The adjournment application of the other accused has been rejected. Accused number 3. Okay, so that's an update. That's an update.
Which Niranjan, let me just explain, which basically means that by 3 p.m. the High Court would have made its mind known, and we would be clear whether we have to go to the Sessions Court or the Supreme Court, and the Sessions Court accordingly has decided that they can wait till 3 p.m. and by rejecting the adjournment petitions of the other accused, essentially what we are looking at is a situation where after 3 p.m. the Sessions Court would be parallelly looking at our bail application or the Mumbai Police appeal against the Chief Judicial Magistrate's order, maybe jointly. That's what I understand of this order. Maybe Swapnil can tell you more.
Yeah, Abhishek, you are absolutely right. I think what the court is trying to say is that it has not dismissed Arnab's application. That means it wants to keep the option of dismissing the revision application of the police open. It has not closed its eye on that. So I am glad about it that regardless of what happens in the Bombay High Court, of course, if there is a bail, then all of this goes for a toss and they'll have to go straight to the Supreme Court. But if there is no bail, then Arnab's lawyers will have to argue in the Sessions Court about the dismissal of the revision application, which is still kept open by the Sessions Court. And so that is the understanding. That is how I understand this situation, and that is what it means. But coming to the point, Niranjan, that we were talking about earlier, all these screens that you are seeing, all this massive support that you are seeing is only trying to tell you the stature of the man, of what he has earned in the past 24 years of his journalism is exactly what is on display at the moment. This is your best set of earnings that you can ever have after 24 years. And if Arnab were to see it, which I'm sure he will see it when he comes out, when he runs past through these videos, he will be a very, very proud man that the people stood in his darkest hour behind him and they supported him, that look, this is where you stand, this is how we look at you, and this is what we mean, this is how we pledge our viewership to you, where you will bring up issues which concern the nation. That is exactly what it means.
Yeah. I quickly want to go across also to the kind of support that we're getting in across India, and I'll stay with the pictures from across India just to give you the overall story of what's happening this morning. Before I go across to Subhash Jha, let's show those pictures of the protests across the country. Now, not just nationwide, from around the world there are pictures of solidarity and people who are speaking up, asking for justice. Now, what unites these people is a resolve for justice because they've been seeing what's happening. These people are also like us in their pursuit of the truth. And they want Arnab out because Arnab has fought for them. Let's not forget that, Abhishek. All the stories, all the coverage, from Palghar to Sushant Singh Rajput to the PMC bank scam, to every people's story, we've led those stories. And therefore, nothing and nobody can stop this movement until absolute justice prevails. If they're hoping that it's a 3-4 day phenomenon and people will stop speaking, it's not going to happen because people are coming out on the streets and asking for justice. Globally, New Jersey, California, Chicago, look at those pictures. Look at those pictures. No boundaries, no geographical limit. And it's a movement. And when we launched Republic, we told you it's not just a channel, it's a movement. We will fight for you. We will fight for you because we will be your voice. And that's exactly what's happening. If they hope that people will stop speaking up.
Niranjan.
Yeah.
These protests are across the country and around the world reflect two sentiments actually. One is obviously support for Arnab and his work and what he stands for, and which in a way is an endorsement for all those people who say that they don't agree with Arnab. They have right to not agree with Arnab. But then he has mass support, mass appeal, and that is getting reflected. So that is one part of the sentiment. The other part of the sentiment is against the obnoxious manner in which the rules and laws of the country have been wringed dry to make Arnab suffer in the manner that he has been, to subject Arnab to the brute force of state in the manner in which he has been. The manner in which he has been arrested, it almost like an anti-terror style operation. The manner in which he has been kept in custody. We have seen how there has been an element of obfuscation from the side of his state, to the extent that the Supreme Court had to take umbrage and pass strictures, and the Supreme Court has initiated contempt proceedings, show cause the Maharashtra Assembly. It was clearly a case of abuse of power in terms of giving 10 minutes to Arnab to come and address the summons, in terms of threatening Arnab. The language that has been used now, protection from any arrest, has also been given in that case, because Supreme Court could see that abuse of state machinery is happening insofar as the language of the letter is intimidating and threatening. The manner in which an attempt has been made with all these cases to harm and attack Arnab's right to life and liberty and to right to have a profession.
Abhishek,
the manner in which attack has been made, or Republic has been targeted to make sure that our functioning is impaired, our functioning is obstructed, our business interests get harmed. It's not about just Arnab then, it's about 1,200 families. Do they understand that? And these protests are actually a reflection of that sentiment.
Abhishek,
on the one
I was
hand,
telling somebody
in
this morning
support of Arnab and what he stands for, and on the